Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're filming here on site at Odana Antiques, right on Odana Road. And lucky us, later on, in a few minutes, we'll chat with the owner, Sue Duncan, about what's in store and maybe give us some gift ideas for the holiday season. But next, we turn our discussion to chiropractic, helping back pain, headaches, things like that. And with us, we have Dr. Kyle Nye from All About Chiropractic. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We're so glad to have you.
Sure.
Thank you.
So I can think of a lot of reasons why someone might benefit or go see a chiropractor. What do you think is the number one reason people come to see you?
When most people think about chiropractic, they probably think about neck pain, they think about back pain, they think about headaches. So those three would probably be the most common reasons that somebody would think about going in to see us at our clinic.
Okay.
So you mentioned lower back pain. Can you tell me what some of the causes of that might be?
The majority of people with their jobs today, we do a lot of sitting. And as you guys know, sitting, for the research being done on sitting 8+ hours a day, causes a lot of wear and tear on the body, not only on the low back because of the amount of pressure that's put on the discs, but as well with the neck, and a lot of stuff is being tied into posture-related things.
Sure, because not only are we sitting, but we're sitting in sometimes like a hunched posture, or
And looking at our devices.
That's the hard thing, I think, a lot of it too. Your screen isn't always level with your sight, so you tend to hunch over a little bit. So how can chiropractic care help with this issue?
The biggest thing with somebody who sits all day long is they're developing bad habits. And so over time, and they may not realize it for the first 6 months to a year that they're developing those bad habits, but as their body starts to slowly pull forward, you know, the weight of their head is pulling forward, which is going to start to cause breakdown of the discs and the joints within their neck themselves. Because the head is pulling forward, your head is about 10 to 15 pounds now. For every half an inch it pulls forward, it gains 10 pounds of pressure.
Wow.
So similar to if you guys were to ever go bowling, if you hold the ball close to your body, it's really easy. But if you
Right.
hold it out here, it's a lot heavier. The concept when we're sitting at a desk and by the end of the day I'm out here like this, my head could be 40 or 50 pounds, which is going to cause a lot of unequal wearing within the joints within the neck. But then that translates to the low back. For every inch it comes forward, you gain 100 pounds of pressure on the discs in your low back.
Oh my God, I had no idea it was
That's
that
incredible.
astounding.
I think when, this is our first time with Dr. Kyle, but every time we have Dr. Bailey on, I think we all sort of sit up a little straighter during these segments because we're thinking about it. But it's interesting how incredible that just little bit of change in posture can add so much pressure.
And over time, it's going to slowly, you know, they probably won't have issues initially, but if you're sitting there for 8+ hours for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, the body's going to slowly start to break down just because of gravity itself. And the only way to undo that is to start getting the structures back where they need to be, which is going to take pressure off of those nerves.
Right, okay, interesting.
Boy, I can think of so many things that you need the education, and starting younger would be great too, because we develop these habits, and habits can be so hard to break.
Yes.
And then, of course, visiting with you. What would you specifically do for someone with headaches?
First thing with some of the headaches, it can be a really mean machine. So depending on if it's male or female, female are going to could have more hormone-related headaches. And so there's a lot of things to check off. The first thing that I always ask somebody is how much water do you drink? Because the number one symptom of dehydration is a headache. And so if somebody's they're drinking coffee, pop, things like that, and they're not actually getting just strictly water in their body could just be dehydrated. Sure. So that would be the first step. Now, if it's a female, we always try to figure out if it's around the cycles, okay, because they can trigger when those hormones are changing within the body. But the area of the neck that we first look at is the very top bone of the neck, and it's the same reason with kids. You mentioned starting earlier, like our little one that was just born last Thursday, she was adjusted within the first 10 minutes of life.
Wow, that's incredible.
And the trauma of having a baby in itself on the baby is a lot of pressure on the skull. And most kids suffer with ear infections, colds, you know, common immune system type things like that. And so by getting her adjusted as soon as she was born, it's going to allow her nervous system to function and be free and not have pressure put on those nerves.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
Sure
I enjoy that. It's incredible how many things are associated with chiropractic care. I mean, when you think about it, it makes sense to hear you explain it so nicely. But it's incredible.
It really is. I also love that you mentioned that within 10 minutes of being born, you went ahead and did the adjustment, because it's just so interesting that this can really help you get off to such a great start in life, and just so healthy from that, you know, keeping up with this practice from there on out.
A great tip for new parents out there, too.
Yeah, that is really interesting. We're actually running out of time, Dr. Kyle. I think that we could probably continue this discussion another time, maybe talking more about headaches and what we can do, those couple solutions, water and, oh gosh, I already forgot the other one.
Water, exercise, and getting it checked.
Yes, there we go. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you again. We'll be right back with Sue Duncan from Odana Antiques. You're watching Girl Talk on CW57.